Hey everybody, Cameron. I'm a youth leader at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Lowell, and I am very excited to say that this is going to be the first video that we have for the first boot camp challenges that will be coming out every Monday. So, as I said in the promo video, if you guys hadn't watched it yet, these challenges are basically coming from an app that the Marine Corps give us for the delayed entry program, meaning we're not going just yet. But until we get there, we do have to get our mind, body, and spirit ready to go to boot camp. So just to get right into it, we do have multiple challenges that we were given this week to do. So I'm currently on PT number 2 because I did do a PT number 1 yesterday. So the challenges that we had today basically is detailing that we have to do some cardio. So cardio, 3 miles. So I'm dressed like this because I already did the cardio beforehand. So I did the 3 miles and everything like that. But I'm going to run through with you what you should do before you do the cardio workouts or the run. So most importantly, you guys need to stretch. Because if you do not stretch before doing the mile run that they give you, trust me, it's happened to me before, you will cramp up. Another thing that you're going to need is to drink plenty of water. And when you're running, you shouldn't just be drinking water the day before or even the hour before that you run. You need to be drinking water periodically throughout the week. Again, your body does need all that water, so you're able to sustain your body when you're going on that run, so you don't cramp up, you're not very sore the next day, and basically your body just needs it to stay healthier. So again, stretches. So I do simple stretches. I don't go too in depth with it as some people do. Basically, the stretches that I do is very minor. I just do these stretches because my body is so used to running and everything that I do with these challenges that the stretching just doesn't affect me as much as what other people are going to need to do when they're going to go for their run. So when I say minor stretches, I'm just going to display some stretches that I'm going to do or that I do before I go for the run. So basically, my first stretch that I always try to start out with, just because I had a little bit of a knee injury a while back, is you're going to take your foot and you're going to try to push it up against your thigh as hard as you possibly can, and you want to feel that pain. You want to feel the pressure, you want to feel everything that is accompanied with this stretch. So usually I typically hold it for 10 seconds, and you're going to do both legs. The next thing you're going to want to do is I usually sit down for this one and I pull my foot out or push my foot out as long as I can, and I extend my leg as far as I can, and you're going to want to touch your toes. You're going to want to try to get as far as you can. It stretches out a lot of your muscles. It's really effective for when you're running. Again, do that for about 10 seconds on each leg and you should be fine. So now I'm going to show you the stretches that I do for the upper body. So what I do is I usually just extend both my arms. Okay, and I just wrap around like this, and I just keep going side to side. Again, do that for 10 seconds. So most of the stretches I'm going to show you just do for 10 seconds. So just 1 Mississippi or 1 1000. The next ones that I usually do is I wrap my arm like this, I fold, and I pull this way. 10 seconds for that, 10 seconds for that. And then the final stretch that I try to get done is, so you're going to want to put your foot in front, and your other foot you're going to want to extend backwards, and you're going to want to sit in, just like in this position. You want to make sure both your feet are steadily on the ground and not lifted up in any sort of way, and you want to just stay there for 10 seconds. Again, do that for both legs. You want to extend this leg out, go on this leg, put some pressure on it, and then you should be all set. Now that you have the stretches done, again, the cardio that we were tasked with doing this week was to run 3 miles. I live near the boulevard, so I'm easily able to just, get out of my house and run to the boulevard. But I know some people in circumstances like this, it's a lot harder. So my advice to give to you, when I was younger, what I used to do for a workout was I'd actually go on my phone and then time how long it took me to go around the block. And then I'll also get a little map and I'll see how, like if it's 0.2 of a mile, 0.3 of a mile, and I just keep going and going and going and going, timing myself and stopping when I hit that mile mark. Again, if you want to do something like that, you're more than able to do, obviously with parental supervision. But since I'm older now, what I usually like to do is I get out of the house and I go down to the boulevard. Something that I do sometimes substitute in with the cardio workouts is I bike. I prefer, and they prefer you to run, but sometimes I'm just too lazy to run 2 or 3 miles or half a mile. So I just jump right on my bike and I just take a tour around the boulevard. It's easy as that. The next workouts that they have planned for us is crutches. So today's crutches is basically 2 sets of however many you can do, and they ask for 80% max effort. So that's as much as you can do with the amount of effort that they want you to put in. So crutches is basically, how do I portray that? So you're gonna want to put yourself in a sit-up position, and instead of going all the way up, what I do anyways, I put my hands behind my head, and I'm gonna try to show you guys this actually. Let me just move some stuff around. So what I usually do is set a position like this, hands behind the head, down like this, and you just want to go like this. So instead of going for the full sit-up, it's kind of like a fourth of a sit-up. So you just want to go like this, and it works out your abdomen area, and it's really effective. So they want you to do 2 sets of however many you can do, and again, that's 80% max effort that you can give. So what I usually like to do is I usually like to do 50 crutches. When they say 2 sets, you just want to basically do 2 sets of the 50 crutches. So in all, that would be 100 crutches to do. So my challenge to you for now, when you're watching this video, is to pause right here and then try to do the 2 sets of the 50 crutches. Once you have that completed, then we can resume the video. So next, what we got up here is pull-ups or push-ups. So they give you the option just because some people just don't have the capabilities of doing a pull-up, and especially in these conditions. Me specifically, I don't have a pull-up bar or anything that I can raise myself up with. So in this case, I'm gonna choose push-ups. A lot of you guys do know what push-up is and how to do a push-up, but still I'm gonna portray it to you guys. So again, I'm just gonna read out what they have for us this week. So pull-ups or push-ups. So you have the option of doing either a push-up or a pull-up, and again, do 2 sets of however many you can do with 80% effort. What I like to do is I can do 15 straight, and then I take about exactly 1 minute break, and I do another 15. That put all in together is obviously 30 push-ups, and I try to do that numerously because push-ups really do work up the upper body, and it's really effective, very effective for when you're going to do a pull-up. So if you're doing many push-ups and you're going in for the upper body workouts, when I do go to boot camp and they require us to do at least 3 pull-ups, I'm able to do it because of the upper body strength that I'm building up by doing these push-ups. So again, you're gonna wanna do 2 sets of push-ups. So again, another challenge to you guys within the next 2 minutes is to do 15 push-ups straight, take a 1 minute break, and do another 15 push-ups. If you guys wanna continue with more than 15 push-ups, be my guest. So that's basically everything that they had for us for just one day. So that's the 3-mile workout, then the crutches, and then either the pull-ups or the push-ups. Basically what they have at the end for us is a cool down. Basically a cool down is something that you're going to want to use in case of, if you're kind of pushing yourself too far. So a cool down is something that they ask you to do periodically to get your heart rate down to your regular heart rate. So for example, when you're exercising, your heart rate obviously is a lot higher than what it usually be at a resting heart rate. Mine sometimes gets up to the 120s when I'm running and or doing my other workouts. And basically what they're asking you is get that heart rate back down to your resting heart rate. If you don't know what your resting heart rate is, all you got to do is take 2 fingers, put it on your wrist, put it on your throat right up here, and just calculate how much it is per minute when you're at a resting stage. Okay. And now I'm just going to tell you some foods that may help for running. Besides food, the biggest thing that's going to help you for running is water. I said in the beginning of the video, but I'm going to say it again because of how important water is. Water is very, very important because it gives you the amount of... I don't want to get too scientific with you, but if you ingest enough water throughout the period of that week, or even a couple of days before you run, it prevents cramps. It prevents you from getting too sore the next day. And for me, again, it keeps me healthy. You want as much water as you possibly can in your body. And especially when you're running, getting that water in your body a week before or 4 or 5 days before, it's very effective for when you're going for that more than 1 or 2 mile run, or even when you're going for that 1 mile run. But some foods that may help for running is fruits like bananas. carbohydrates like the pastas, proteins like eggs, chicken, beef, etc. There's plenty of foods, but those are my favorite ones to eat because of how accessible it is. You can go to the store and get a banana. They're not too expensive. Or even if you can't get a banana, there's pastas and other carbohydrates that you can ingest. Sometimes I even drink Gatorade before I even go for a run because of all the electrolytes that it has in the drink. And now I'm just going to show you some extra workouts that I personally do when I'm not doing any of the challenges that they list for us. So most of the push-ups I actually have is some that the challenges actually throw at us. So for example, push-ups. Again, I love to do 15 push-ups in a row because that's my cap. I can't really go after that. Again, I encourage you to push yourself, but for me personally, I can't go over that 15 mark, and eventually I can push myself to get higher, but right now at this moment 15 is my max. So again, I'm just going to show you how to do a push-up. If you don't know how to do a push-up, then here's your tutorial. If you do, then you're going to watch me do it again. So you want to get your arms straightened out, you want to get your legs straightened out, and you want to get your whole body straightened out. Then you want to push down, and you want to keep going down. Basically like that, for however many you can do. For me, again, it's 15, but I do encourage you to push yourself as much as possible because it will really help your upper body. 30-second plank. A lot of people don't know what a plank, which kind of surprises me. My sisters don't even know what a plank is, but I'm going to show you what a plank is. It's basically putting your arms on the ground and straightening your body like you're getting ready for a push-up. The only difference between the push-up and the plank is the fact that your hands won't be used, but instead your arms will be steadily on the ground. So you want to put your arms on the ground, and you want to get yourself in the position of a push-up, and then you want to get your body straightened out, and you want to stay in that position for however long you can. So me, personally, I like to do 30 seconds. 30 seconds is kind of a good regiment for me, and it really, because I do plank with the other workouts, my arms are already kind of sore, so 30 seconds is kind of my max as well. But again, I encourage you to push yourself always, okay? And then I usually do 40 sit-ups. Sit-ups obviously is what a crutch is, or a crunch. You want to get in that sit-up position, and you want to go all the way up. Usually I do have someone help me for this. For example, my little sister Annabelle, I have her hold my feet so that my feet don't plop up in the air when I'm doing my sit-up. But you can also do it on your own, which that's fine as well. But as for me, personally, it's just a little harder. 2 sets of 50 crutches. So that's something I do on a regular basis when they don't give me the challenge. And again, I already showed you what the crutches are, which is getting in set-up position and just going about a 4th way up. Russian twists. I love a Russian twist. These ones really get to me in upper body wise because you're just moving back and forth. And the last ones that I do is mountain kicks. We do mountain kicks a lot when we used to have PT with our recruiters, but obviously now that we can't, we have to do it at home. Mountain kicks, which I can demonstrate, I hope, if I have enough room for you guys, is you want to kind of get in this position, you want to get up high, and you want to keep kicking up and down. Up, 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 and it works your lower abdomen, and also works these babies out down here. And that's basically my everyday regiment workout. And then I also told you guys the challenges that we have for this week. So my big challenge for you guys is to accomplish everything that I'm going to detail in this video, or everything that I had detailed with you. The 3-mile run. If you can't do 3 miles, do 1 mile. If you can't do 1 mile, do half a mile. Get yourself ready and worked up until you can actually do and achieve the 2 or 3 mile runs. I mean, for God's sake, I couldn't even do a mile 4 or 5 months ago. I had to work myself up until I could finally do the 3 mile. And remember, before you do any of that cardio, do stretch and drink plenty of water and eat plenty of foods that help you achieve your goal in trying to run or do the cardio. Push-ups or pull-ups, please, I encourage you to do as many as you possibly can. And then the crutches. And then also, like I said, this is the most important part, cool down. Give your body a break when you need it. Because if you don't give your body a break, eventually your body's going to break down on you. Okay, you don't want to be in the middle of the boulevard like me, suffering from a leg cramp. Those are horrible, absolutely horrible. And then any of the extra workouts that I usually do by myself, I encourage you to do as well. And I really do really hope you guys do these challenges, because I'd like to feel like I am encouraging other people to do something that basically I'm required to do. That's basically it for our first time. I will see you guys next Monday, and with a brand new challenge, and maybe a brand new area, and maybe down at the boulevard with me doing these physical workouts with you guys. And I hope you guys stay safe, keep your family safe, stay home, please. And I will see you next Monday, and you get to see this nice face next Monday too. Bye, guys.